everybody, and welcome! Welcome! Oh my god, I've bought, like, 4 VTuber models. I bought 2 PNG tuber models, technically 3, because 1 V2A model came with a, PNG model, and I've been trying so freaking hard, because my free time is not great. So I tried a lot to get this to work. I bought the mobile version of VTube Studio. Like I said, I tried everything, and when I could get the model to work, the model would look horrible, but it'd look fine in VTube Studio. So, what was I to do? What was I to do? Eventually, I stumbled onto Streamlabs and I said, hey, why don't I try this and see if it works? If it works, great. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna be out. Not a ton of money, but, I would have tried my last ditch effort to. So, I downloaded Streamlabs and everything works! Look, everything works! It is so exciting, actually, to finally just have something work that I can open up and I can do this. And everything's fine and I don't have to mess with the settings. It is very frustrating. But I'm here now and I'm gonna try doing some of these things. Just playing games and putting them up on YouTube. And I don't know, maybe I might stream at some point. But it's kind of hard when you have a full-time job, plus being, a full-time mom, plus, all the other stuff that life brings. So I will just try and do little things like this. So today we are going to be embarking on an adventure. We're going to be embarking on an adventure. Okay, and of course that stopped, but anyway, I'm just going to read a few things. So I'm going to horribly mispronounce the name of this game. But, so, Hakuoki is a Japanese otome game, which has gone by a few different iterations. There's Demon of the Fleeting Blossom, The Tale of the Shinsengumi, among a few other things. So, this video game originated on the PS2. That is the PlayStation 2, for anybody who needs to keep track. And then it was later ported to PlayStation 3, and it was ported to PlayStation Portable, which is where I personally played this game. Also, I played the shit out of Persona 3 as well. And also owning it for PS2. Pre-ordering it, when it came out, because I'm really old. Anyway, so... And it also was on the Nintendo DS and Nintendo 3DS from 2008 to 2024. This game is very, very near and dear to my heart. I put in a lot of hours on my PSP playing it, and not only is it a video game, but it also has a anime series that I believe has all the same Japanese seiyuu, or, voice actors, that voiced all of the lines in the game. So it has that anime adaptation. I believe there's also 2 movies with it. And there's, I believe, a manga, books, like actual, written book series. And also, I believe there's like an OVA and a few prequel like movies or, books as well. So there is a lot of stuff that goes into this. It's not just a video game. It also has a lot of other mediums within the IP. So, oh, apparently there is a live action and also a musical. I did not know about the musical. Anyway, so you can search just Hakuoki, and there's a whole fandom page that can come up. But this was, I believe, one of the first otome games to come to the United States. And oh my god, it was beautiful. I can't put into words how amazing it was to play this game when it like first came out. Not just because of all of, the like backgrounds and the character art and then all of the historical parts that come along with this game. It's not just that. It's the fact that before this game came to the United States, if you wanted to play a dating sim, it usually featured one guy and a bunch of women. I'm not saying anything bad about that type of dating sim, where it's a guy with a female harem. That's fine. That's totally fine. Nothing wrong with that. But for me personally, as a biological woman, I want to play something that really, really, really catered to me. So, because of that, when this came out, I was incredibly excited that it was a female main character that you were playing and a whole bunch of male characters that you got to choose from as love interests. It was beautiful. And for anybody who says, oh, well, female dating sims, like dating sims where there's been a female main character, been around for years, not so much. And not here necessarily in America either. Like, yeah, kind of, okay, so back in the day, if you wanted to play dating sims, you had to be really fluent in Japanese, or pray to God that there was a translation that you could find on the internet in like the infancy of the internet. Okay? So, and not just that, but a lot of them didn't come to the United States. So, you were kind of missing out. Like, yeah, I have a modded PS2, so yeah, I was able to play some stuff. I could import things, but even if I could import them, it didn't mean that they were in English, and I don't know Japanese. Okay? I didn't go to a multilingual school. I didn't get to study a ton of languages while I was in elementary school and middle school and high school. So, yeah. But now, a lot of them have come over, not just in, the main sphere, but even some of the more, like niche type ones. I remember one of my friends, she had a game called, I think it's Yojimbo, and that was a, same like female main character, all the male love interests, and that was also really, really fun to play. So, anyway, now that we have done Zephyrus' history lesson, let us get into the game. This is a work of fiction, in case you didn't know. No, we're not going to skip the prologue. Okay. So this is 1864, December. Excuse me. So this is Kyoto. It was awfully impressive, no denying it. Even simple hellos between people passing in the street seemed warm and friendly. Okay, just saying guys, I'm going to warn you, my mouse doesn't like to cooperate with one click, so very sorry if I skip anything, because I'm not meaning to. So, still, there was something else as well. Something making the city feel strangely cold. Almost as though there was a great invisible wall, shutting out anyone wandering from the country. I'm not sure if I belong here. No, that's all in my head. Quite some distance to reach Kyoto, and both my mind and my body were exhausted. Even so, tiredness was no reason to meander, and I feel sorry for myself. And I couldn't afford to... excuse me? I hesitantly stopped a passerby. I'm sorry, I seem a bit lost. Could you... supposed to do now? I was lost again, but in a different sort of way. I sighed and looked up at the darkening sky. The sun was beginning to set. People I had spoken to showed me no unkindness, and they'd given me directions I needed, but... Was now really the best time to leave the city? Learning the person I'd hoped to visit left town caused hope to seep from my crumbling resolve. The only person besides my father I could rely on in the city... Okay. Okay. I know this is a typo, but sorry, it makes me laugh. The only person besides my father I could rely on in the city, who I could rely on, was Dr. Matsumoto. Okay. Alright. Dr. Matsumoto was a doctor serving the shogunate. I had never met him myself, but my father put a great deal of trust in the man. He had told me that if I ran into any trouble in his absence, I was to contact Dr. Matsumoto. Unfortunately, Dr. Matsumoto was out on business and would not return for some time. Was I too hasty? Perhaps I should have waited. It is indeed rude to visit without warning, which is why I had sent a letter prior to my arrival. But it seems he had left before reading my letter. Aww. Perhaps I thought I should have waited for a reply before traveling to an unfamiliar city. Really? Oh, no crap. But I can no longer spend time waiting idly for news. So this is Koto Yakimura. Or Yukimura, excuse me. Zephyrus. Is something wrong, Father? He paused for a moment and looked at me.
実はな、しばらくの間、京の都へ行くことになった。
Is it for business? Again? Dad. He left the house often during that period. Sometimes for days at a time. I wonder what you were doing. Dad, do you have anything to say for yourself? Anything to say? How long will you be gone?
それはわからん。一月になるか、二月になるか。
Sir, you're leaving your daughter alone for a month? Maybe two? Maybe. In like, feudal era Japan. Like, you're just gonna leave your daughter for a month. Maybe two. Okay. Can we please... Somebody call Child Protective Services, please. Oh. Girl, that's all you're gonna say? Oh. Oh, okay. There was no hiding my disappointment. Nonetheless, I wasn't a child anymore. I couldn't beg him not to go, or some other foolishness. It's not foolish. It's not foolish to not, like, want your dad just gone. Yes, I'd be lonely, but I was much more worried for him. I don't know. I'd be kind of worried for you, though, girl. Please, Father, be careful. They say that the city of Kyoto is dangerous. Danger. He only smiled and nodded.
安心しなさい。
Excuse me, you said you were gonna leave me alone for like a month. Maybe two. And you're telling me not to fret.
お前が心配しないように、京にいる間はできる限り手紙を書くよ。
Okay. Like, I don't feel as bad. Okay, you promise? Okay, he kept his promise. All right. A new letter arrived so often I scarcely had the time to respond before another one would arrive. Okay. He told me that he worried about me being home all by myself. Well, if you felt that way, then maybe you shouldn't have left me alone. Then the letters stopped arriving. A whole month passed with no word. Oh, see, Dad got himself in some mess. Father. They say Kyoto is full of ronin. It's not a safe place. Usually a samurai is paid by their house, but ronin who report to no house often rob people in order to make ends meet. They're nothing more than violent criminals who hide behind the image of the samurai. Such is the state of the city of Kyoto, the city of ronin. Okay, well, that does not bode well for you, honey. Small wonder, then, that I worried for my father. Well, duh. My mind would concoct horrible possibilities, and I often found myself depressed and tense. First, I suppose I'd need to find a place to stay. Yeah, and the doctor won't help you. Lost in thought, I didn't notice nightfall descended. Oh, so you were just standing there like in the snow. Okay. If I was honest with myself, I hadn't the faintest idea of how long searching for him would take. I'd brought a negligible sum of money with me, enough to last me a month if used wisely. Finding father in this window of time was a must. Otherwise, I would have to depend on Dr. Matsumoto returning from this time, in this time, or else I'd be forced to return home without a word. Well, at any rate, I should try and be as frugal as possible. I lengthened my stride and set off on my path. Fortunately for me, men's clothing assisted with keeping a quicker pace than women's. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can really move around in men's clothing. Like, a kimono is, like, very closed off, and you're not able to move fast. Kyoto presented many dangers to a young girl hoping to explore the city without direction. My disguise, such as it was, proved successful, and I'd safely made it all the way to Kyoto. Such success went to my head, and led me to believe I could explore Kyoto as I pleased. But Kyoto is not a safe place. I should have remembered that. Instead, I had somehow convinced myself that the city's hidden dangers didn't apply to me. Uh-oh. I was about to discover otherwise. I spun around. In the street in front of me were 3 Ronin. Can I help you? I did my best to keep my voice calm, reaching nonchalantly for my kodachi. My father encouraged me to take sword lessons. I'd kept with them, and I did rather well. I was confident enough in defending myself. However, perhaps my overconfidence in myself is what served the situation at hand to me. I'd messed up and let my guard down. My fault. But there was a chance I could take them on. But there were 3 of them, and 1 of me.
ガキのくせにいいもん持ってんじゃねえか。
Excuse me, sir. Who are you calling a child? Who are you calling a kid? Like, old enough to be your mom. Only then did I realize they were far more interested in my sword than they were in me.
小僧には過ぎたもんだろ。
Pup? Pup. Okay, sir. You are not in an Omegaverse fanfiction, okay? Okay, you don't need to be calling anybody a pup. No. No. Like I said, sir, you're not a werewolf, okay? So, stop calling people pup. Or else I may have to, like, throw my sword at you.
よこせ。国のために俺たちが使ってやる。
You know, the sword throwing bit. Yeah, I think that's looking real good right now. Yeah, but this is... The sword wasn't just some blade I'd picked up. It was a family heirloom spanning generations. There was no way I could give it to the Ronin. Though I had a feeling they wouldn't understand. In such a situation, the best decision was to undoubtedly retreat. I turned and ran as fast as my legs could.
あ、おい、待ちやがれ小僧。
Oh, gosh, they sure don't give up easily, do they? I felt like I'd been running for quite a while, but I could still hear the Ronin cursing loudly. I ducked into an alley, flattening against the wall. After deciding they weren't too close, I crept further into the alley. Someone left a couple of sheets of wood leaning against one of the houses. A perfect hiding spot. What luck, I thought, kneeling down under them. This was my way to escape this mess. Huh? I was listening for sounds intently. A suspicious calm entered my mind. I'd expected to hear the Ronin yelling to each other, looking for me, but seconds turned into minutes, and I heard nothing. I was about to sneak out and have a look when... What? My plan to investigate was immediately halted. Remaining silent and hidden was more important. Still...
くしょやりやがったな
Okay.
くそなんで死なねえんだよダメだこいつら刀が効かねえ
It was then that true fear began to set in. There was something dangerous out there. Something quite possibly lethal. My imagination conjured up no shortage of gruesome theories. Even so, I could feel an itch of curiosity. Don't do it. No, don't do it. I wanted to know what was out there. No, you don't. No, you don't. Run. Just stay quiet. Stay quiet. Don't go out there. Carefully, I peeked around the corner's edge. The cold reflection of moonlight upon a blade glared at me, and my eyes followed it to the arm that held it, clad in a coat of light blue. Had this person saved me? But no slower that it appeared, my hope vanished. I heard the Ronin stumbling to beg for his life. The person in the blue coat said nothing, just stepped forward, his sword raised. Well, that's disturbing. Okay. That laugh, I equate that to like the yandere laugh, like when they finally like lost it, when they finally just like go mental, like that's the laugh that I hear in my mental brain, like when I'm reading fanfiction or when I'm reading like a book. That's the laugh. That's the laugh. A high screeching laugh cut the man's scream. It's a lot of blood. The blade fell through the air like a butcher's knife rather than a sword. No skill, just death. The scream turned wet, caught, and disappeared like the air leaving half-empty bellows. My eyes went wide. I had just witnessed murder. Any strength I'd received vanished quickly. My legs gave way and I crumpled to the ground. My eyes widened like busted shells. He died with the first blow, but as I watched, the blades fell, carving lines into the corpse. The soft slip of a blade through flesh, the silent creep of blood across the ground. I felt nothing from them but madness. Their only desire was raw, animalistic violence. Whatever they were, it wasn't human. They were broken. She's gonna throw up. I feel my throat clench tightly and a warm, dark smell brushed against my face. I slowly recognized the coppery tang of blood. Oh no! An icy bolt of fear ran down my spine, crawling into my limbs and freezing me in place. I was terrified. What was I going to do? What could I do? You have to run, Zephyrus! I forced my jaw open and drew a ragged breath. This was the only chance I'd get. I had to. Ah! My body, still numb with fear, was unresponsive. I lurched sideways against the stacked wood, and with a rough clatter, it collapsed. The creatures turned, coats drenched in blood. Their eyes locked with mine and bore into me. Just saying. This one right here. This right here. This thing right here, this is like the Bakugo lick, okay? You can't tell me otherwise, alright? Just, like, Bakugo girlies, you know. You know what I'm talking about, okay? I just want to point that out, okay? Alright, okay. Hideous grins split their inhuman faces, shaking with excitement at prey to slaughter. And I had to run. I couldn't die yet, but my legs refused to move. Their hideous, cackling laughter echoed. I was going to die. My body was frozen with terror. I couldn't even scream. This was it. This was the end. What? Oh. I watched them raise their bloody swords to the moonlight glinting off the metal. Then there was a flash of light and the soft splash of blood. I could feel it, warm and sticky. Bile began to rise in my throat, but before disgust took hold, I heard a voice. The words suggested disappointment, but the voice sounded happy?
僕一人で始末しちゃうつもりだったのに、はじめくん、こんな時に限って仕事が早いよね。
As he spoke, the strange man smiled, almost as if he were enjoying himself.
俺は務めを果たすべく動いたまでだ。あんたと違って俺に戦闘狂の気はない。
うわ、ひどい言い草だな。まるで僕が戦闘狂みたいだ。
否定はしないのか。
でもさ、あいつらがこの子を殺しちゃうまで黙って見てれば、僕たちの手間も省けたんじゃないかな。
But it confirmed my fears. I may have escaped the schemes of the Ronin, but I was ensnared by something much darker.
さあな。少なくともその判断は俺たちが下すべきものでは
ない。Huh? Then who is in charge of these two? Their conversation led me to believe they were part of an organization. As I thought about it, I recalled hearing about men with blue coats. Ah! My thoughts were interrupted by a dark shape sliding into view. Oh, this was a lot of people's husbando. Excuse me. The shonen. Listen. Were part of like anime in the 90s, shonen, you know, if you know, you know. Oh. I swallowed hard. The moonlight shone off his smooth, dark hair. For reasons I couldn't fathom. In that moment, the light on his hair made me think of the wistfulness of flower petals. It was almost as if the cherry trees were blooming out of season.
運のないやつだ。
I mean, with that voice, it kind of is. It kind of is. His voice was cold and quiet, like the blade of ice. Excuse me, like a blade of ice. Blue-white moonlight lit his slender face and shone from the blade pointed at my chest. But it wasn't the sword making my breath catch. Yeah! Woo! Yeah, you know. But it was his eyes. They were fierce and hard, but somewhere behind them, I could catch a glimpse of something else. There could be no doubt he was prepared to kill me, and yet he looked troubled. Not kindness, but perhaps mercy?
いいか、逃げるなよ。背を向ければ切る。
Just what I want in a man! A guy who will kill me! Who'll threaten to kill me! Oh god. I nodded. There was no doubt he meant every word he said. He stared at me for a moment, then grimaced and put his sword away, sighing. So, sorry, it just skipped really, really far, and, yeah, so, it is a prologue, so it's not like it's, like, a really, 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 pertinent, but, I'm sorry, it decided that it just didn't want to work. Or it just wanted to skip, like, a ton. So, I'm sorry. But, so I'm not gonna go back, and I'm just gonna finish it out, okay? Okay. As you wish.
新選組の大使が切り殺されてるなんて、僕たちにとっても一大事ですしね。
Oh yeah, you're doing great.
あとはここにいた奴が黙ってりゃ、世間も勝手に納得してくれるだろうよ。
Yeah, just keep your mouth shut. He looked directly at me, and I got the distinct feeling his words weren't warned for his companions. It was common for people to be murdered in Kyoto. It was a dangerous city, after all. I knew that, of course. But to see it happen? That was something else entirely. If death was such an easy thing in Kyoto, I thought, then the city itself must surely be mad.
ねえ、ところでさ、助けてあげたのに、お礼の一つもないの？
I mean, yes, technically you did, or, you know, I caused a diversion that let you, kill those guys. Huh? I didn't realize right away that he was speaking to me. When I did, my eyes went wide. What do you mean you saved me? Sorry. Well, he did have a point. Despite their threats, they saved my life. I stood up as steadily as I could manage, brushed some dirt off my clothes, and bowed. Thank you very much. I apologize for not thanking you earlier. There was so much going on, I was a little confused. I glanced at them tentatively. The man called Hajime also looked confused. His eyes were wide, and he had an expression I couldn't place. Hachiko looked as though he'd taken a bite of something sour. I sighed deeply before continuing. I know it seems weird to say that, but but he told me I should say thanks, so I looked up. Saito and Hachiko both stared pointedly at anything but me, and the third man was shaking with laughter.
あ、ごめん。そうだよね。僕が言ったんだもんね。
He broke out into laughter again so much that he was forced to wipe a few tears from his eyes as he straightened up.
どういたしまして。僕は沖田総司と言います。礼儀正しい子は嫌いじゃない。
Who are you calling a child, sir? Thank you for helping me. Not quite sure what else to do, I bowed again.
君を助けてくれたのが斎藤はじめくん。それで、こっちの偉そうなのが。
わざわざ紹介してんじゃねえよ。
副長、お気持ちはわかりますが、まず移動を。
I'm honestly with like Saito. The man named Okada grabbed a hold of my wrist, smiled, and led me down the street. His grip was a touch too tight to be friendly, his fingers like iron cables around my arm. There's no question about my situation. I quickly picked up on the notion that if I were to run, I would be killed. Instantly. My life was in the hands of these strange men. I set my jaw and stood up as straight as I could. My eyes crept from the frozen blood-stained coat and met Saito's gaze.
己のために最悪を想定しておけ。さしていいようには転ばない。
I don't know how to take that, Saito. But his words were like a dagger in my stomach. What was going to happen to me? Was I going to die? As we walked through the bleak Kyoto night, I felt horror crawl its way up my spine once again. The cause of my horror wasn't the gruesome end that awaited me, but something else entirely. I spoke with these men, and watched them speak standing next to a warm corpse soaked in blood. That I had done such a thing terrified me in an altogether different way. Perhaps this was what it was like to go mad. Okay. This song is such a banger, okay? And all the characters are awesome. Like, even the villain. And the villain. So. Yay, the villains! Again, this was before everything had an anime opening, okay? Like, I just want you to think about what it was like, you know, to play this on PS2, okay? Or like on your PSP. I mean, I played this, I think the PSP screen is like a 7-inch screen. And that's what I played this on. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna leave it here. This is Zephyrus ASMR signing off, and I hope you guys enjoyed, you know, being with me just a little bit. And I hope